Hey world, what's up? It's Laylalalan, and I'm a visionary artist and master hair designer in San Francisco. So I've been quarantining here in my dollhouse, aka hair studio at home, and I've just been workshopping on this doll here, cultivating my trend vision for the Beauty Envision Awards hair show competition. So I've definitely been vibing early 90s kid and play musings for this look. So I've decided to maximize my textured doll head utilizing this really cool technique for creating afro textured hair. Now what's cool about this technique is it maximizes the texture of pretty much any hair type. Some examples of this might include editorial designing or even adding texture to natural hair to enforce locking new dreadlocks. All you'll need is a tail comb, hairpins, and small elastics. Pro tip, have a flat iron handy for a quicker curl set. What I've done to prep my doll is wash the hair using hydrating and volumizing shampoo cocktail, rinse, towel dry, and then sprayed a little leave-in treatment and brushed the hair out. I didn't condition because I am looking for a somewhat gritty texture to the hair. Then I went ahead and sectioned off the hair for an undercut that I will be fading and pretty much twisted almost all the hair where I want the most texture, leaving this section here so I can show you all how it's done. I like to call this technique infinity wrapping, essentially because you are taking small sections of hair and wrapping them in the shape of an infinity around hairpins. What this does is create a super kinky curl, so when the hair is brushed out, it stands upright in a super awesome afro texture. I innovated this technique mainly because my doll head is pretty textured, but this texture tends to fall. And the texture I need to work with, of course, needs to stand upright in order to carve and mold the shape that I'm going for. So what I've done is left out a small section here so I can show you guys exactly what I do. I'm using a tail comb. You can use any kind, plastic, metal, choose to your preference. And then this section that I've left out, honestly, is big enough for two sections, especially because the texture I'm working with is not the greatest. It's doll hair, so I feel like in order to innovate this look, the kinkier the curl, the better. I mean, I just need it to stand, right? Okay, so here I go, taking a vertical section directly across and splitting it into two. Now, I'm just going to come up in here and clean that up some, because if you know, you know, doll hair is the worst. Alright, there we go. That's more symmetrical. And once you've done this, bear with my meticulousness. Alright. Once you've done that, you go ahead and grab yourself a hairpin. I'm just using classic bobby pins here. And then you're going to grab a section of hair. Place it directly in the middle of the hairpin, open like so. Drag the hairpin down to the base of your hair strand. Okay. And then you just start wrapping in the shape of an infinity. Out and around, middle, out and around, middle, out and around, until you get to the ends. I'm going to show you guys a better close-up in just a moment. So I went ahead and wrapped all the hair along this hairpin in an infinity motion, and now I'm grabbing my elastic and just doing a couple roundabouts the end of my hairpin just to create a bumper so the hair doesn't slide off the pin. And there you have an infinity wrap. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys again in this very last section. What I'm going to go ahead and do here is clip her back, so you guys can get a really clean visual of what I'm doing. Oh, my clip is broken. here we are. Last section, y'all. Honestly, this overall process didn't take very long. I wrapped maybe like 40 hairpins in 40 minutes. It was like a minute a hairpin, legit. Alright, so here we are. Last section, okay? Here's my pin, slightly open, placing the hair directly in the middle. Oops, get that cleaner. Sliding the hair directly in the middle, dragging the pin down to the base. And then once you got that pretty secure, just get in there and start wrapping in the shape of an infinity. You're just going to go in the middle, out and around, in the middle, out and around, middle, out and around. And I push the hair down every few passes just to keep it really tight and clean. Just keep at that, and once you have your ends completely spooled around your hairpin, grab your elastic and just go ahead and tie off a couple times just so that you have a thick enough bumper for your hair. Alright, and there is your infinity wrap. There we go. You guys can see that there. Alright, so what I'm going to go ahead and do now is plug up my iron, and I'll show you guys what to do to get your quick curl set on. But when I did prep her, I was working with damp hair. So essentially, if you are creating this look just because you want to try it, you can just do it by setting your hair while it's wet and let your hair dry this way, and then you can do a heatless option of creating an afro. Alright, so I'm just gonna briefly reset and show you guys what to do with the iron. Okay, so I got my iron plugged up and I let it heat up for a minute or two. Pretty much with your heat temperature, kind of just use your better judgment depending on the hair texture that you're working with. Okay, so this is a doll head. Medium to like moderately high heat is acceptable. But I mean, I'm at like 380 right now and it should be fine. Okay, so all you do is come in here and take each little section, right, and just press the iron on for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds or so, and then let it cool. You're going to do that on every single piece of hair that you've wrapped. Let the hair cool for about 20 to 30 seconds. Take everything out, and then we're going to let the hair cool like that as well for approximately 20 to 30 more seconds, and then I'll show you guys this wicked brush out. Okay, so we're at a point now where I've begun to cut the hair down for the undercut. I'm just going ahead and removing all the length, but I wanted to show y'all the difference in texture while I have her hair out. As you can see, she has this kind of relaxed, pretty textured curl that falls down. And I wanted to unravel a couple of these to show you guys in comparison how the texture was enhanced. So here, all I did, here's the one I undid. I took the elastic off and I kind of just pull the end up until it's loosened, And then here at the base, I kind of just push it out like so and remove the hairpin. And then here you have your super kinky curl, okay? Now you can see clearly the hair is standing up, whereas this hair texture was falling down. So once I have all of these taken out and brushed out, you'll see a really cool afro texture enhanced by this infinity wrap technique. Alright, so we'll leave that alone for now. I still want the hair to be setting essentially. So what I'm deciding to do is cut all the length off while these set, because I just ran the iron over them not too long ago. And personally, like, I'm not on the go, so the longer they set, the better. So I'm doing my haircut in the meantime. So I wanted to just show y'all exactly how I do that as well. Now, my main focus is just removing the length because I'm going to be using clippers to essentially create the faded look I'm going for. So it doesn't have to be super clean, even none of that. I'm just going in with the most basic cutting technique to get all this length off. So let me just pin these away for a second. Okay. Now, all I've been doing is going in vertical sections like so, combing the hair out, straight out, and I'm giving myself about 1.5 finger amount of length from the head to where the new length is I'm creating. So essentially I am cutting about 8 inches or so. And then from there, now that I have this short piece, I move going towards the back of the head, taking a small section from where I previously cut, along with another small section of long hair, comb everything straight out, and I'm using that shorter piece that I previously cut as my guide. Now this is going to be a traveling guide. Essentially it's going to move along with me while I cut the rest of the length of the hair. That way I can ensure as much evenness and symmetry as possible. It's not going to be very cute, but like I said, this is just a pre-cut, removing all the length. My doll head keeps moving a ton too, by the way, so sorry if the angulation is horrible. I'm trying my best here. So as you can see, the hair is already fairly short, and I'm creating that base length to go in and fade up. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish the rest of this off camera, and I will get back to it when I show you how all of these are going to be unraveled. Y'all see how that's standing up though? I mean, come on. Too legit. I'm really excited about this look. You guys will understand why when you see the finished result. Alright, so I've undone about 2 rows now, so you can see where we're headed with this, y'all. Check that out, though. Yes. I mean, yes. Alright, so I'm going to undo the rest of these curls off camera, and I'll jump back on to show you guys how it looks. Y'all, oh my gosh, okay, I took all the curls out. This is where we're at. Do you guys see this texture? I mean, I can't. I die. Ah! Okay, so when I brush it out, it's obviously going to stand high, and then I will have a base to... Who can guess what this is going to be? I mean, come on, honestly. If you don't know by now, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned, actually, we're going for a 90s high top fade. I said 90s kid and play musings. Okay, so, spoiler alert, high top fade it is. I'm so excited. Look at this texture. Okay, so also I wanted to show you guys at this point because you can see what I mean by like creating base texture for locking new dreadlocks. If you're working with a more relaxed curl texture from the jump and you don't, feel like your hair is going to lock off bat, this is a really cool technique to add that texture in so that your dreads lock. First twist down. Alright, y'all, so I'm going to finish brushing and show you guys how it looks. Guys, are you ready for this reveal, though? 3, 2... That is an afro, y'all. That is an afro. I mean, come on. So yes, you're welcome. Infinity wraps will get you there. So now that I have this amazing canvas to work with, I'm going to go ahead and carve and mold the shape I'm going for, and there will be some other elements involved as well. After all, it is a hair show. So stay tuned, y'all, because this ain't it. The rest is coming. But this was just a tutorial for the afro texture. So if you do like this tutorial and, you have any questions, comments, feedback in general, please feel free to reach out. Please subscribe, comment, like, share. I'm new to this, so don't massacre me for not being up to protocol. However, I just had to get on here and share with you all one of my most favorite texture techniques. Once again, please share, like, comment, and if you want to see more or have any questions about this particular look, please reach out. I will be more than happy to answer all the questions that come my way, or at least try to. Alright, y'all. Thanks for watching. Peace and love. Take care, world.